What's up, average dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today I am going to tell you the reasons why this is the best phone in the world right now. Yesterday I done my full review of the Vivo X100 Ultra and I talked about all the good points. I scored it in 5 different categories, and by the end of that scoring system it gained 22 out of 25 points. However, there are still a few questions remaining as to why I think it's the best, and more importantly, for one of the first times in a long time, why I absolutely urge anyone with an X100 Pro to upgrade. Let's go! Now, before I talk about the main reasons that I think you should A, upgrade, or B, just outright buy this device pretty much no matter what phone you've got, I do just want to give you my criteria and tick boxes for what constitutes an upgrade worthy phone. For me, it has to at least have 3 main things. It has to improve the performance, improve the cameras, and where possible, improve the display. Because year on year, displays, cameras, performance all get better and better, and those are the first things when you look at an old phone you can kind of tell it's old, especially when you take a photo with, say, a Samsung S22 Ultra compared to the 24 Ultra, or a Vivo X80 Pro compared to the X100 Ultra. So that's a few areas, but there's other nuances as well. What about battery life? What about software support? Some manufacturers offer 7 years of software support now, like Samsung and Google. Vivo, Oppo, Xiaomi, they'll offer up to 4 years. So software is a reason you might want to upgrade as well. So with all that being said, I have my 3 main reasons this is a worthy upgrade, and one big reason that separates it from all the rest. Reason number 1, the display. Throughout this video, I will compare it with other phones from Samsung and Apple and Oppo. And for most individual categories and for most individual reasons, it doesn't beat out the other phones. What the X100 Ultra offers is all of this combined into one phone. So the display itself is a 6.8 inch 120Hz Quad HD Plus resolution, much like you find on the X7 Ultra and the S24 Ultra. Or for this particular reason, we can just eliminate the iPhone. The only caveat I would say is the iPhone offers a flat display, which a lot of people like. However, I'm still okay with a curved display. And that curved display only has a small hole punch on the front, not a massive pill cutout that they use to say it's a software improvement or gimmick. But anyway, display wise, consuming content in Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus at 120Hz at 3000 nits of brightness. As mentioned, it's one of the best displays in the market, and for any X100 Pro owners out there, this is a big reason to upgrade. The display you have on your X100 Pro technically is inferior. Resolution wise, it's inferior. And a big one for me, the actual size. As you can see here, side by side, the Ultra's screen is slightly wider than the Pro's screen. And I much prefer that for consuming content, typing on Gboard, and just general day-to-day use. So display-wise, while this is very similar to others in the flagship category, it's a big upgrade over the X100 Pro, so that's reason number 1. Now reason number 2, and you're not going to be surprised by this, is the cameras. In every single area, for every single lens, the X100 Ultra is a big improvement over the X100 Pro. However, to continue with this vein of comparing to other flagships, the X100 Ultra is on a par with the X7 Ultra when it comes to ultra wide. It's on a par with the S24 Ultra when it comes to a selfie camera, for example. However, when you combine the main 1-inch type sensor that smashes the S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you're really left with two big bad boys. It's the Oppo X7 Ultra and the X100 Ultra. And what just pips it for me, and you know where I'm going with this, is the zoom lens. While the 50 megapixel 5x optical zoom of the X7 Ultra is absolutely fantastic, and it scored 4.5 out of 5 for cameras in its full review, the X100 Ultra, with its 3.7x optical, and I discussed this before, that doesn't always matter, when paired with a 200 megapixel lens. Look at the images the X100 Ultra can produce. By far, no debate, the best 10x, 20x, 50x and 100x zoom shots on any device ever. And for the rest of the cameras, they're all superior. They're super flagship, all rolled into one nice camera system. The one exception being that it's missing a fourth lens for me. An Ultra device, in my opinion, should have 4 lenses, like the S24 Ultra and the X7 Ultra. Where it's lacking is a 2x optical for me. That would enhance the versatility when it came to portrait shots. But other than that, the 3 cameras on this are far more capable than the 4 cameras on most other devices. And for the purpose of this video, and for X100 Pro owners, the main thing is that the camera setup absolutely crushes the X100 Pro camera setup. However, and I have to say this because it would only be right, if you own the X100 Pro and you love the photography, that's okay. Because to me, the X100 Pro is, if not second, certainly third in terms of camera setups on any smartphone right now. The only difference being that I do think the X7 Ultra is up there as well. I've been blown away consistently with the photos and videos from that device. They're just slightly behind this. And because I'm going to mention the Oppo X7 Ultra a lot here, and because it's the closest competitor, in my opinion, to the X100 Ultra from Vivo, I'm doing a versus video. A long, in-depth, full versus video. This weekend it will be released, the Oppo X7 Ultra versus the Vivo X100 Ultra. For me, the best 2 phones of the year so far. And before I talk about the third reason to upgrade or buy the X100 Ultra, I just want to talk about a few other things. Battery life. It's a 5,500 milliamp hour battery. That's 10% larger than the S24 Ultra. Paired with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. Bigger battery with the same chip as the S24 Ultra means better battery life. Also, bigger than the X7 Ultra. Also much bigger than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, I've not seen if Technic's done one yet, I don't think so, and I've not searched actually for battery drain tests, but I don't think I need to. I can confidently say that battery-wise, this is going to win. This has got one of the best and most efficient batteries on the market. I've said it before, I am not considered a heavy user. Other than photos and videos and WhatsApps, I actually don't use the phone too often in day-to-day life. However, I can get 2 days comfortably. In fact, to be honest, I don't even have to charge it early on the 3rd day. It sometimes keeps into 2.5 days of battery life from a single charge. So over the X100 Pro with the MediaTek Dimensity chip, while it's still great battery life on there, there's no denying the X100 Ultra offers slightly better battery life. And while we're at it, performance. You can argue with me until you're blue in the face. There is absolutely no way that the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 or 9300S chip is better than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. Think about this. If you're the largest phone manufacturer in the world, like Samsung, Oppo, Xiaomi, why in the blue blazes of hell would you continually choose the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen, whatever the flagship chip is at the time? Because it's the best. Because it's the most efficient. And because it's the most powerful. If you're looking to save some money and keep the costs of your flagship device down, like Vivo were with the X100 Pro, you would go with a very, very capable competitor from MediaTek. But rest assured, it's just not as good as the Qualcomm chip. So again, for me, another smaller reason to upgrade, but another reason. And now, the final reason to upgrade or purchase the X100 Ultra. For anybody that watches CarWow, they do like car channels, and they've got this thing where he talks about should you shortlist, consider, or go ahead and buy. The Vivo X100 Ultra is just a go ahead and buy, and the final large reason is because of the price that you can buy it for. The X100 Ultra, whatever storage variant you want, is going to come in at under £1,000. Yes, even the terabyte with a bank transfer discount at the Average Dad Tech store, I will make sure is £1,000 or less. That's a promise. So, can you tell me another device? Well, actually that's impossible because nothing else exists as good as this. But can you tell me where you can get a Samsung S24 Ultra, brand new, for under £1,000? Or an iPhone 15 Pro Max, brand new, for under £1,000? You can't. It doesn't happen and it won't happen. But, as talked about, the only phone that comes close, and in some cases beats it for value for money, or certainly beats it in terms of cheaper price, is the Oppo X100 Ultra. Hence why that Versus video is something you should absolutely smash, hip thrust, wallop that subscribe button for. Did you know it costs 0 pennies, cents, dollars, moolah, whatever you want to call it, to hit subscribe? Yep, means a lot to me, and it costs you fudge all. So, that's the 3 big reasons that you should just go ahead and buy the X100 Ultra. And as a responsible tech reviewer that you all know I am not meaning you should just go ahead and buy right now. I am meaning if you come to a point soon where you think about upgrading or you think about changing your device and you can afford to buy a new one, go ahead and buy this one. You will not be disappointed. Now, no phone is perfect, so before I close out this video, there are some areas where the X100 Ultra could improve on. Number 1, while the battery life is great and 80 watts charging is not slow by any metric, 80 watts when the Pro gets 120 watts, it's a downgrade, no matter which way you look at it. And then wireless charging. 50 watts on the Pro, and every other flagship I've mentioned, other than Samsung and Apple, because, yeah, they're Samsung and Apple, but the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, the Oppo X100 Ultra, 50 watts wireless, 30 watts on here. Not slow, but not the fastest. And then the other thing that you could, I guess, throw in the hat here is accessories. Getting accessories for your Vivo is far more difficult than getting accessories for your Samsung or iPhone. It just is. However, plug alert, the Average Dad Tech store, and I'll be doing a separate dedicated video on this, has basically every accessory you could want for your X100 Ultra. Right now, in the store, we have multiple carbon fiber MagSafe cases for the device. We have the latest Vivo Wireless Charge 2. Yes, that's the one with the cool fan at the bottom and the one that retracts and extends to fit your phone perfectly. And coming when it's released by SmallRig, the Vivo X100 Ultra camera kit. And for the whole time that photography kit is available on the Average Dad Tech store, it will cost £99, including shipping. So if you are in the market for some Vivo X100 Ultra accessories, you know where to go. And again, this versus the Oppo X7 Ultra will be out in a few days. Until then,